When I was a little kid, I started out as a child, by the way. When I was a little kid, I was fascinated with treasure hunts and swashbuckling adventures and pirates, vying for the secret treasure map to find Treasure Island and all these different places. They're great stories, inspiring. And one time when I was in college, I had an opportunity to go scuba diving, and it was down in Pompano Beach, Florida. And I didn't know that much about it, but I had a good friend that did, and he showed me a few of the basics that I would need to do in shallow water. So I went down under the water, and I was looking, and it was like, wow, this is what's under the water. It was like watching The Wizard of Oz in black and white my whole life, and then all of a sudden, boom, halfway through, boom, Technicolor, And down there, there was a lobster and this coral reef, and there was all this life form and colorful fish that were just swimming around. And I thought, this is exciting. Well, in July of 2014, there was another diver down in Florida. He was up towards Fort Pierce along the Treasure Coast, which runs approximately from Sebastian down to Palm Beach County. And he was looking for treasure, shipwrecks. And in that area, he was in about 15 feet of water and about 1,000 feet offshore. And he found, when he looked to the bottom, there was a glimmering gold item. This glimmering gold item caught his attention, and he went down and pulled it from the sand. And it was an amazing discovery. And do we have the picture, Owen? All right, today we do. Yes, right there. You can see the left piece is what he found, and it's the top of it's an insert into the top of a pyx. It was a Spanish ship in 1715 that went down with the hurricane, and this piece had been sitting there on the ocean floor for over 300 years. And the amazing thing about this discovery, well, you all know what a pyx is, by the way. A pyx is one of these little containers that we put the communion hosts in for taking to the homebound and for the sick. And this was an amazing discovery because that pyx fit into that lid, and they had been separated for 300 years, back together. And what an amazing treasure find it was. But you know something? Jesus was also into treasure. And he talked a lot about finding treasure. He said that the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. And the kingdom is like the pearl of great price. In both cases, the one who finds it, this great treasure, sells all to receive it, to take it in. Today's gospel, Jesus says, it's our Father's pleasure. He is pleased to give us the kingdom, and it is with joy that we sell all to receive it. An inexhaustible treasure in heaven is what we have been given. And he gives us the ultimate litmus test for our souls. For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be. For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be. And to find what our treasure is, we just simply need to look at our hearts. What is it in my heart that I truly value, long for, love, and treasure? My wife, Marcia, is amazing. I know I'm biased, but she is the sweetest gal on the planet as far as I'm concerned. And she has this thing for our grandchildren that when they were really little, she would, in addition to their birthday presents, whenever we would go up to Mason where they live for their birthday, she would give each of the kid a treasure hunt. And what a treasure hunt was she would basically give them this envelope. And the envelope contained a riddle, a clue, a cryptic clue to where the next clue could be found. And there was a series of 12 of these. Usually, she would have these clues, and the kids would, and she would arrange them so that the kids would have to go all the way upstairs to get that, and then they'd be in the basement, or they'd have to be out in the garage, and they'd have to go all over the place to find these clues. And to watch these kids, on their birthday, run through the house in excitement, searching for this treasure was a delight. And they would even collaborate if one couldn't get it, Oh, this is where it is. Oh, yeah. And they go find it, and the next clue. Finally, they get to the end, and they would get an envelope, and it would have like a $10 bill in it. Now, we're going to have to adjust that for inflation now because we're in some rougher times. But the point is, God delights when we search for him. Sitting back, I imagine the Father's joy in watching us seek and search for him. And I think that's true because God is the King of searches. He searched for the lost lamb. He found it. He searched for the lost coin, and it's found. And he first sought us, that treasure in the field of the world that was hidden, like Adam. It was hidden in the field, but he found us, and he went all and he sold all. Jesus Christ, he gave his only begotten Son. He gave everything for us to redeem us and to buy us back. And now it's our turn to seek Jesus, in whom, as St. Paul says, are all the hidden treasures of wisdom and knowledge. All the hidden treasures of wisdom and knowledge. God bless.